In the late 1960s, San Francisco became the stage for one of the most chilling mysteries in American history, the Zodiac Killer. Known for taunting police and newspapers, he sent cryptic letters filled with strange symbols, some of which remain unsolved to this day. But what if these letters weren't just random threats? What if they were part of a plan, a puzzle, waiting decades for someone to notice? This is the story of Mara Lewis, a young archivist whose discovery would pull her into the Zodiac's shadow, and the letters that refused to be ordinary. Mara Lewis had a simple job: digitize old correspondence for the Chronicle, San Francisco's oldest newspaper. It was monotonous, repetitive work, until she found it, a misfiled envelope, folded carefully, with no return address. Only the words to the editor written in angular handwriting. Inside were symbols that made no immediate sense: loops, angles, strange glyphs that seemed almost alive. Most people would have tossed it aside, but Mara was different. She loved puzzles, ciphers, codes, the kind of mysteries that required patience, observation, and obsession. That night, she dreamed of a man standing at the edge of the bay, watching the water. He didn't move, he didn't speak, but Mara felt a chill, as though he knew she had found him. In the weeks that followed, Mara uncovered more letters, misfiled scraps, overlooked envelopes, even a folded napkin tucked into an old typewriter box. Each carried a variation of the Zodiac cipher. None had been solved. Mara began digitizing them, overlaying symbols, searching for patterns. At first, nothing made sense, but slowly, repetitions appeared, corrections, almost like revisions. Then she realized something extraordinary. These weren't separate threats. They were drafts. The Zodiac wasn't boasting or confessing. He was crafting something else. Something only a careful observer could discover. Mara's fascination grew. She walked the streets described in the letters, retracing the steps of a killer long gone. Shadowed alleyways, lakeside parks, foggy piers, each location mirrored a symbol or a line in the letters. Friends noticed she was changing. Calls went unanswered. Workdays stretched into late nights. Even her dreams were filled with symbols, repeating loops that she could not ignore. It was no longer just a puzzle. The letters had pulled her into their rhythm. She was following the Zodiac's design. Detective Ethan Carver, a retired investigator who had worked Zodiac cases in the 1970s, noticed her obsession. He warned her, "Some puzzles are designed not to be solved. They're traps." But Mara couldn't stop. She had gone too far, and Carver, reluctantly impressed, helped her trace the logic behind the ciphers. Slowly, she began to understand a truth that terrified her. The Zodiac wasn't just sending threats. He was crafting a story, and she was now a part of it. Weeks of painstaking work led to a breakthrough. By aligning every letter, every scrap, every misplaced envelope, a hidden message emerged. Mara realized the letters weren't a confession. They weren't a warning. They were a test. And in decoding the final line, she read words that sent a chill down her spine. "You are still reading because I planned it that way." The Zodiac's power wasn't in the crimes he committed, it was in the obsession he created. Decades later, through cryptic symbols and scattered letters, Mara understood, finally, the truth. Some mysteries are never meant to be solved. They are meant to linger, to pull someone in, to wait. Today, the Zodiac Killer remains officially unsolved. The ciphers still puzzle experts and enthusiasts alike. But Mara Lewis knew something few would ever understand. The letters were never random. They were an experience, a game that stretched across time, pulling someone into obsession. And somewhere, in the fog of San Francisco, his plan continues. Not as a killer, but as a puzzle, waiting for the next curious mind. The question is simple: will you read the letters?